Hello everyone, welcome to Shaluna Crafts. My name is Rochelle. I'm back with a fun video today. Let's go over my September completed pages. Okay, so I've got quite a stack of books to cover today for September 2025 completed pages. Let's get started. So first I worked in Creative Haven, Wish You Were Here by Teresa Goodridge. And since I was going for a bit of a fall or autumn theme this month, not that the temperatures have actually cooled down in my location, but I'm still looking forward to it. So did this one kind of looking toward a fall theme of this log cabin. It was entirely done with Ohuhu alcohol markers and then Jelly Roll Stardust pen for the border. And I think that this, like for example, this light green marker must be kind of dying because it's streaky, and I don't know why else it would be doing that. So if anyone has any ideas for me on that. But yeah, I just did markers. I didn't do any shading. I think that this art style, the sketchy art style, just kind of lends itself toward just the markers, and I think it ends up looking really nice. So there was that one from Wish You Were Here. Next I have Lotte Forde, Color the Castles. This page is one that I had treated with workable fixative. I talked about that in my haul video. So I did this cute page called The Gatekeeper. This image is so cute. I think this big dragon, he's like the gatekeeper of the castle, but he's not really guarding anything. He's like bringing in the packages that were delivered for the princess. I think that's just adorable. And so this was Ohuhu alcohol markers. I did soft pastel for this sky background. And it looks like I just used, other than that, I just used the gravy acrylic markers, like the little gold crown and some gold for some metal and stuff like that. But yeah, the markers were definitely a lot easier to use on this because I used the workable fixative to prepare the page, so that was nice. And I just kind of really had fun with this page. It's kind of childlike and just really whimsical and cute, and I had a lot of fun with it. So that was Color the Castles. Next is the first page that I did for this month in Small Victories. And I just finished up this page with 4 flower circles. This one I wrote I'd finish back in May. I think that was watercolor pencils. And then the rest I used color pencils and some Stardust Jelly Roll pen. Just went for a bit of a different color scheme in all the circles. Casual coloring while I'm watching TV. And that turned out really nice. So there was my first one for the month in Small Victories. I'll come back to this. Next I have by Rita Berman, Meine, Reise, Durch, Europa. And in this page, it was one that my husband picked out for me. The Chocolatier Cat. And I had chosen to color cube palettes for this, and fortunately didn't write them down or keep them out, so I don't know which ones are numbered. However, I think they are still probably in my September plans video, so if you're curious you can go back and look at it. So this was done with Goldfaber Aqua watercolor pencils that I love, and they based pretty much everything. And then for shading on top, I did Prismacolor pencils, and that's all I did, just those things. And it ended up as really soft, simple color palette, because that's what I was going for. And I kind of did it on purpose so that I can have like the browns to come back over to this page for someday when I complete it. So there was that one. I think that turned out really nice. I love this book. I've been to Europe a couple of times and it was my favorite. Would love to go back someday. And I'm enjoying making my way through this book. So that was in the Europe travel book by Rita Berman. Next I have Wildlife Wonders by Millie Marrotta. This is another page that my husband picked out for me. And this one, I did save the color palette. This is 401 from the Color Cubes. This is probably my favorite color palette from all the cubes. I have both of them, and ever since I've seen it, I've really wanted to put it into a page, so I chose this one. I think that her kind of the Zen doodly art style for her illustrations really lends itself toward the color palettes really well. So for this one, I used Prismacolor pencils on everything, and then some Jelly Roll Stardust. So for this silver, I should have it labeled as platinum. So what I had in mind when I was doing it is all of these gray areas. I had wanted to use the Jelly Roll Stardust clear pen, and you can see I did use it in some accent areas, and I started doing it in these feathers, and then I just realized that these feathers really get large, and then these areas are large too, and I just couldn't use that much of my pen because it's like my favorite pen and I don't want it to wear out. So I switched to some Prismacolor, probably cool gray pencils, I think. And I actually don't hate it. Now that I'm looking at it again, I don't hate it. When it first came out, I was like really disappointed that it didn't come out sparkly like I wanted originally. But now that I look at it again, I really like it. I'm happy with the color palette. I think it really helped me it helps something kind of click in my brain for doing the art illustrations in this book. It was really intimidating to me, but now I feel like it's kind of clicked, and if I just take one section at a time, it makes it a lot easier. And so that's that one, and no background because I feel like the bird kind of stand out on his own or her own. And just wanted to yeah, I did use some that sparkly accent looks really nice, I think. So I am ultimately happy with how this one turned out, and I'm looking forward to doing some more in this book for sure. So that's Wildlife Wonders. Next I have my second page that I did in Small Victories, and this one was for Space Timber. This circle I had done a while ago, probably at least a year ago, and the other ones I caught up and did it. So the background is Neocolor 2s. I did 4 different colors, and ultimately it didn't really turn out the way I would have really liked. However, I am not too upset about it because I'm very happy with the learning experience that I had. Now I know what not to do with Neocolor 2s. I am definitely struggling with the black. I don't know how to do the black as like actually black. It just turns out kind of gray, having a hard time getting it to be darker. So I think I probably would have used a different medium if I was doing black all over, and then maybe use the other colors more sparingly. But anyway, I used the watercolor pencils for, I think, at least the sky areas. Not really sky, but like space areas in the background of the circles. It looks like I used Polychromos, I used Jelly Roll Stardust, and I also used, I have some acrylic white paint, and I tried to put it on a toothbrush and flick it onto the page, and it was a struggle. It was not really working out the way I wanted. I don't know if it's like the particular toothbrush I was using or what, but a lot of the dots you see, I was just using a white Posca paint pen to add that. So there's my space page in Small Victories for Space Timber. It was a learning experience. So there's that one, and I have another one to show on this in a few minutes. Next we have Minimania Volume 1 by Gabi Wolf, and I believe this was the one that Jess from Coloring Bumblebee had in her monthly Complete Minimania hashtag. And so I did this one. Again, I scanned and printed it out. One thing I did want to mention about Gabi Wolf's books is, I had forgotten to mention it before, but somebody reminded me in a comment. You can buy her books as PDFs on Etsy and then just print them out yourself. And so If I had known that was in existence before I bought this book, I probably would have just done it that way. But that's okay. I can always buy the ones in future that way. So this page is not really fall themed, but I gave it a very fall autumn color palette, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. I think it's absolutely adorable. So I used Ohuhu alcohol markers to base, Prismacolor pencils for shading, some white jelly roll, and then gravy metallic watercolor paint. That was for like the edges and like this lamp here, the metal, and like some knobs on the furniture. And I think this is just the most precious page. I'm absolutely enjoying going through this book so much. It is just something about it is so fun and whimsical and cute and special. And I can't believe how many books she has. I mean, I only own the first two, so there's so much potential in the future for more, and I think it's just so precious. So there we go. Minimania Volume 1. Next, continuing with a fall color palette idea, I took some of the alcohol markers I used in that page and I applied them to this page. Oh, this is Mandalas with Beautiful Borders, Collection Volumes 4, 5, and 6 by Nicola Lehmann. And the color palette came out super bright on this page. The orange really pops, but I think it turned out really nice. This is just alcohol markers and nothing else. And they actually do pretty well on this paper. I mean, you have to be pretty light with your strokes, but it can work okay and doesn't blend too bad or bleed too bad. And so that was that one. I think I picked 6 markers. Usually when I am working in this book, I pick 6 markers and then I just kind of alternate the colors. And this is some of the most relaxing coloring that I can do. So there was that one from Mandalas with Beautiful Borders, Volumes 4, 5, and 6. Next we have Million Baby Animals by Lulu Mayo, and I believe this was from Jess Coloring Bumblebee's Lulu Mayo Scavenger Hunt for deer, and that was the prompt that I chose, and I don't think I've posted this on Instagram yet, so I better do that. So here's the page that I did, this little family of deer. I don't remember, I think it was somebody in a video had said that Crayola Super Tips work well in this book, or at least Lulu Mayo's books. And I thought, why not try it? So I tried it in this book, and I think it turned out really, really nice. The markers just went on so nice on the page, and then I was able to shade so easily, and it's just such a nice way to get a page done a little bit faster if it's a simpler page, and just get color down like faster than color pencils do by themselves. So this page was the Crayola Super Tips, Prismacolor pencils to shade, and then Jelly Roll Stardust for details. And as you can see, the little deer is not quite colored correctly. I noticed that when I looked at the back, she should have more white, like around her eye and the chest and everything. But I just, for some reason, didn't think about that at all when I was using the Super Tips, and I just went over the entire thing. And then when I got to the other ones, I was like, oh, that's not supposed to be colored in. So I tried to erase a little bit, and it didn't really work, but that's okay. I think it's still super cute, and she's got a little bow on and everything. So I just did a kind of simple color palette, mostly the green and the brown, but then a little pops of color elsewhere. Not very autumn themed, but that's okay. Don't have to always be seasonal, at least for myself, that's my preference. So there's another really cute page done for A Million Baby Animals. Then for my last page in Small Victories for this month, I have these 3 boats. I think overall cohesively, I didn't really try to match those colors, but I think it kind of worked out nice anyway. So this page was done with, I know the top one was done with Polychromos. These both might have been done with color pencils, I don't remember, and then just Jelly Roll Stardust details. But there was a YouTuber recently who put out a full, like finished book review of, she had colored the entire book of Small Victories, and on this page she had like a gold top on this boat, and I just thought, oh, that is so cool, and I really wanted to try it because I haven't done a lot of that effect before. And so I used some of Karen from My Colorful Country Life. I used some of her color combos on her worksheets, and I was using the Polychromos, and so I only had the 60 set, and it didn't quite match either of the gold combos that she had. So I just kind of picked and chose what pencils I wanted to choose from each combo and kind of put them together and see if it worked, and I think it worked okay. And I think this page overall is really nice and cohesive and just super fun, very simple, and I really love it. So that was the third page that I finished in Small Victories this month. Then, because I got a new book, Entangled, Starry Skies by Angela Porter, and this is perfect for Space Timber, I decided to go ahead and do one in this book. And on this page, I just kind of went wild with color, and I think it turned out really fun, actually. I used a Hoo-Hoo alcohol markers to base everything. I used some Gabi acrylic markers in certain places, and a white jelly roll as well. So the acrylic markers have a nice gold one, so I use that for the stars and some of the metal and stuff like that. But overall, it's mostly just alcohol markers, and I think it turned out really fun. Doing the night sky was pretty hard with alcohol markers. I don't know if I would do that again. So I might have to think of something else to use for the background in this book, because I think it's probably just Amazon paper. So it's a little more challenging. But yeah, that was another one for Space Timber. So that was Entangled, Starry Skies. And then the last one I have for September was in Cozy Friends by Coco. And I did this cute little page of the bear. He's writing a love note to his girlfriend. And I gave him kind of a sunny, summery scene. And it's all Hoo-Hoo alcohol markers. And then I used some white jelly roll. Tried to white out the glass on the fishbowl. I don't know how successful that was because these lines are so thick. It's hard to do. But overall, I think that's a super cute page, and it was nice and relaxing. So those are all the colored pages that I have, and now let me update you on my diamond painting whip. Okay, so here's my diamond painting whip from Diamond Art Club called Rainy Day Mermaid. And last time when I showed this, I was probably about here. And so I did these few sections. I think I just did 2 sections here. So now I just have one more column left to go. And those sections should be fairly color blocked, so they won't take too long. So I'm really hoping I can get this done maybe in October. Maybe I should just set that as a goal to finish in October. So this one's looking super nice and sparkly. So there's that diamond painting whip. Okay everyone, that's all my completed pages for September 2025. And that was a nice stack, and I felt like I was maybe kind of rushing through some of the pages this month to try to get everything done on my wish list or to-do list. And so I think I might kind of slow down in October, see if I can finish my diamond painting whip, maybe do some other hobbies, just maybe put a few things on my to-do list that are not as many as I had this month, because I want to make sure that I am not pushing myself too hard. But I'll definitely still be doing some coloring, and I'll probably come on here in a few days and show you what I'm planning for October. So if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching the entire video. Please make sure you put a like on the video, and make sure you're subscribed if you're not already subscribed so you don't miss any videos. And please leave a comment. Let me know what page you like the best, or let me know what coloring you're doing this month. I'd love to hear from you. Hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Happy time zones, and see you next time. Bye.